Hello Gypsers, it's Gav. Welcome to another one of my videos. Please let me apologise for squinting. As you can see, I'm filming this inside a tanning salon. Things you've got to do, you want more light, but hey, I can't put my glasses on because you just see the green dots all over. I just want to show you the next model building project I'll be starting to put together soon, because or even tomorrow, you never know. The 1 in 35 scale Pink Panther, that went under primer today, and I'll be putting it under paint either tomorrow or the next day, and then you'll get to see that. So I've got probably some really kind people have sent me kits. I've got some of my own kits. So from somebody who, 6 months ago, a year, I can't even remember, that probably had 2 kits in his stash, I've got, I've no idea, 10, maybe 11, might be 12, of different scales. I've got a couple of, as we know, 1 in 72 scale helicopters, and mostly 1 in 35 scale. I've got 1 in 48 scale jet. Most of my, I like historical subjects mainly. Let's just get this down here so we can get all my chins in. I like historical subjects mainly, as you know. That's not saying I'll never not do sci-fi and whatever, but I like my history. Well, when I say historical, that's not even strictly correct, because I like a lot of post-World War II stuff, but I'm also, I suppose, like as I've always said, what I read up on the most is actually the Great War, so the First World War. But I like World War II vehicles as well. I just fell into quite liking the post-war things. However, this one's caught my eye a while ago. It's a HobbyBoss kit. It's 1 in 35 scale, and I saw Jason Champion, I think, of Champion Scale Models. He'd shown the one version of this, and for the price and for what you get in it, I was really hooked on it. And but obviously with kind people sending me stuff and whatever, I've put that to one side, in my head anyway. And I just happened to be cruising eBay, as you do. It's a nightmare cruising eBay. And I saw this, and it's a slightly later variant, only by weeks or months, and I know I'm talking around it because I'm not showing you yet, am I? And I just thought, for the price, when Jason had said the price of his, and I can't honestly remember, for what you get with it, I just thought I've got to build this kit. So for now, without further ado, I have got myself. I'm having to read this because I'm not a particular expert, although I have got a lot of World War II stuff. Yes, I've joined the Tiger tank, people that build Tiger tanks. They do always say that you need to build a Sherman, a Tiger tank, and a Panther, and a T-34, I believe. That's what I've heard said. So I've got a PzKpfw, so Panzerkampfwagen, is that Wagen? Panzerkampfwagen 6 SD.KFZ 182 Tiger Henschel. Now it says July 1945 production. As we know, the war finished before then, for the in Europe anyway, for the Germans. And I don't like this. And as it says, this is a production one, so it's not a paper tiger. I'm not a big fan of paper tiger stuff. I can appreciate them when they're built, and that's not to say, as I always do, I wouldn't do one of those. So it's not to say I would never not do one, but I do prefer things that at least physically were made, even if only 1 or 2 of them were made. So this is what I've got. If we can get all that in, it's quite a big box. It's got a metal barrel, and you can get a resin. It's got a resin muzzle cover for it as well. You put the plastic, which I will be doing. I won't be using the muzzle cover, and it's actually I'm going to be doing mine for literally the last month, 2 months of the war. I've got a great book, so as I say, I still get books on World War II. I've got a great book on the siege of Festung Kustrin. Is that, so my German friends, I apologise if I've took fortress, the city of Kustrin, or the town of Kustrin, that was made into one of the fortresses. I've got a great book on that, and I can't remember if it was what they were taking. It's not really from the Russian side, it's more from the German side. It's written by, and of course I haven't got it with me, it's written by an ex-British officer that was on the British Army of the Rhine, and he'd interviewed these guys, and he was interviewing a few of the Hitler youth that had served in the, oh goodness me, the German Home Guard. Sorry, mashed head, it doesn't stick in, it'll come to me in a minute. But anyway, and he was saying how a couple of German tigers, King Tigers, were involved there as well. He was just mentioning how he was talking to one of the commanders or something like that. Anyway, so I thought, oh, you know, King Tigers were involved there. But there was only a few of them. Now, I believe they must have come from the, is it the Munchenberg division? It's that the German armour division that was formed right at the end of the war and never really had a full complement, and had a mishmash of just about everything. King Tigers, there was a couple, I believe there was a couple of, was it the Mark I Tigers, Panthers, you know, you name it, anything that they could get in. I mean, this guy was saying that they'd actually been given Italian carbines with the wrong ammunition, and a couple of the other guys had been given literally black powder, Franco-Prussian war type of rifles, and that. That's how ad hoc the defence was, so it wouldn't surprise me if there wasn't a couple of King Tigers involved in the defence. And although there's no record, there is actually, they did actually say a platoon of, they didn't actually just say what on when I looked on the Munchenberg, the Wikipedia just said there'd been a platoon that got in there and got cut off. Now I don't know if that was a platoon of, well, if they really were Panzer Grenadiers by then, but I don't know if it was on foot or in tank form. But he definitely said a couple of King Tigers were there, so I had this vision of these guys at Kustrin, which doesn't make any sense to anybody because you wouldn't be able to tell you what the camouflage was or anything, but that's in Gav's head what they're there for anyway. Ah dear. So this isn't going to be an unboxing. My good Mara Greg Riley of Greg Riley 1 in 35 scale models, military models. I can never get it right, Greg. Anyway, he's done if I can do it, I'll put the link, if not a link, I'll put the video thing up. I think you can put it up in your video, corners of your video. He's done a great unboxing of this already, and I completely forgot. Oh no, I put a comment on about a year ago, and so, you know, go and see Greg's because he got all the sprues out and everything. But I'll just take this box out now, because I did the one thing I did. This isn't an interior kit, by the way. I mean, it's big enough to be one. It's not an interior kit, but what drew me to this is you've got lots of plastic tracks. I really do prefer plastic tracks than rubber. Now, you just know now that these aren't going to go together properly. And what was I going to show you? Oh, that was it. I just got this out. I don't know if you're going to see, and I can't see because I've got my readers on. I don't know if you can see the armour texture on that. Some lovely armour texture on that, and on the top deck as well. So there's no need to texture it. It's got weld detail as well. Now you know, you can argue, is it good enough? You know, better weld seams and all the rest of it than if you can make yourself. But basically, I just want to build this tank and airbrush it. Now, also, you get a couple of call outs. Now, again with these guys, it's a bit like the trumpeter. They don't actually give you units. You know, it's literally these are they've obviously just got the camouflage, and you get some numbers. And let's face it, at this time in the war, would they have actually had even, you know, little divisional devices on or whatever? So it's not going to represent any particular tank. I'll show you the ones that you can do. You can do a literally coming out the factory, maybe put some factory markings on so she's all in primer. You can have this one, which I do think you're doing, which is like, was it ambush camo with the dots? That was the one they used in the Ardennes, I think. Get this one, which is on the box art. It's basically the front and the side of the tank that's actually, and the top deck as well by the look of it, with a plain steel barrel. But this is the one I was thinking of doing. I just like the colour of that. It's quite simple. You just got the one cross. There's no numbers on it. It's just green with some green, like circles on it. So yeah, I think I'll be doing that. As I say, there's no units or what's, in Gav's head it's a Custrin. It's a Custrin. It belongs to the Munchenberg. I keep saying Munchenberg. I think it's Munchenberg. It's the one with the skull and crossbones in it. Now I had a look through the. I've only literally got this afternoon. There's a breech. There's a breech for the gun. There's a more or less the machine gun, the bow machine gun. But I couldn't see anywhere. I might be wrong. I've literally had a few minutes. Quickly looking through. I couldn't see anywhere where you could put figures. So it'll either be, I might get a figure in there as a commander. If there's nowhere for him to go, I might just leave it all buttoned up, because the whole idea was this. This was, by the way, this was £26 and 11p. That was free postage, which is obviously built in. But I got this from Model Hobbies, and by the look of it, they've got a fair few in there, because it's one of these, like if you buy more than one. no, just one will be fine. But so yeah, 26 quid. You get a metal gun barrel, which is, again, there's no point getting it out. I'm going to show you the tiny bit of photo etch that's involved in it as well. So you get a metal gun barrel. There's your muzzle cover, and you get a. Now I mentioned photo etch on the Pink Panther build. I like grills, photo etch grills and that, because they are, a lot more. Most of the time, the one on the front of the Pink Panther actually for the Land Rover was. I didn't really think it didn't really make that much difference, but with these type of things, I think they do on armoured vehicles. So we'll be putting that on. And again, what you've just seen on, we've just got a couple of numbers and some Balkan crosses. So yeah, that's what I wanted to show you. More than I was actually going to, as usual. Gav make a video into a longer one. But I will start work on this straight away, as if I haven't got enough to do. It just really struck my attention, and after that, then I've said to myself, no more ploughing to all the other ones I've got. As I say, I want to do Victor Sherman sometime over the winter, and I will get some metal full tracks. Is it for those? I've got a Great War tank to do. And I've decided I'm also in the new year going to get some more Great War tanks, because it's my thing, and I would like to see, I think, before I start going back into it, unless something catches my eye, but I'd like to do some Great War tanks in the new year, and I also want to get the BV that Frederick sent to me done. The Chevy pickup truck, that will be done, and it will be done in the next few months. I've got the plan to do the motorbike as well. Oh well. Good. These are dark times. You don't know when you're going to pop your clogs, do you? So you might as well just get them all in and get it done when you can. Karma. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to this. I'd seen Greg's again before I pulled the trigger on this, and I thought, what a cracking kit. For, as I say, 26 quid. It's all there. Oh, and all that, the T55. I keep saying I'm going to pull that apart and try and have another go with that. But for now, let's just stay with the King Tiger. So yeah, now I've only got to find the money for the paint. There's always something else. Yeah, hopefully join me on this build. I'll be doing more updates than probably I normally would, just because I like to bore the pants off everybody. And as I say, with my head problems, it helps me along. Thank you for the kind words, by the way, for the Highland officer. He'll be hopefully going on some type of base in the next few days, and I've got an idea of that for that. So yeah, you know, every time, every time. So yeah, you know. Feel free to join in if you want to do a King Tiger tank, and if you can get yourself one of these or somebody else's King Tiger tank, feel free to join in. We'll all make a stuff up together, but if not, join me as I build mine, and we'll see what disaster Gav can make of these. Thank you very much for stopping by and taking a look. I hope you're all well. You take care of yourselves, and we'll catch each other very soon on another video.